Reaching an all-time high of $65,000 with an estimated total market cap of over $740 billion, Bitcoin is indeed a big boy in crypto history. Till now, no other crypto coin has been able to beat it, even though new coins pop up every day to overthrow it. However, one coin named the Ripple XRP may just have a chance. So today, we are going to examine why the Ripple XRP could actually be better than Bitcoin. To you, this might be a long shot, but what we have here today might just shock you, so stay tuned to find out. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep abreast of new videos we put out. So, let's kick off this video with something small. The 2022 Bitcoin Conference. In case you didn't know, the Bitcoin Conference is an annual symposium for Bitcoiners. The last conference held in 2021 was hosted in Miami. Back then, a country named El Salvador became the first country to legalize Bitcoin payments. This time again, the conference was held in Miami from April 5th to 9th, and as usual, several great speakers talked and many blockbuster announcements were made. But here in this video, we want to shed the spotlight on something one of the speakers, Jack Mallers, said. In case you wonder who Jack Mallers is the CEO of the popular payment app called Strike. He's a partner with Shopify, Blackhawk, and that big, well-known point-of-sale supplier called NCR. At the conference, Jack Mallers made it clear that Strike would soon partner up with Bitcoin Lightning Network. Of course, that's good news to Bitcoin and bad news to competitors, right? Well, not so fast. So let's break things down in tandem, and you try to follow closely, okay? You see, in his bid to explain the importance of the Bitcoin partnership, Jack Mallers took us down the memory lane to 1949 and 50. That year was when Diners Club created the first credit card, and today we now have Swift, MasterCard, and others. However, according to Jack Mallers, all those revolutions to the credit card only had the consumers in mind. But for the merchants, credit cards cost around 1 to 4% per transaction. Oftentimes, the cost mostly depends on whether the merchant and the consumer use the same banks or not. When they use different banks, that means 3 different intermediaries would be between the merchant and the consumer. Namely, that would be the 2 banks and the card network. Now, both banks and the card network would charge for each transaction, and that explains why the merchants lose so much money with credit cards. So, it's more like a one-sided benefit in terms of cost efficiency. This loophole is what Jack Mallers seeks to solve with Bitcoin Lightning. This is possible because, for one, Bitcoin Lightning is built on the Bitcoin blockchain. And like all blockchains, anyone can access it, use it to pay for anything, and even build things on it. That aside, the Bitcoin network is not controlled by anybody because it is decentralized. For that reason, no percentage would have to go to banks when payment is done through it. With this innovation, you can now pay in Bitcoins for free with your Cash App. And on the other end, the merchant still gets paid in dollars without any extra fee paid to banks. In much simpler terms, assume that you intend to buy a $100 shirt from Shopify. If you pay the $100 using your Cash App in Bitcoins, the merchant gets exactly $100 in normal dollars. No extra fees, no bank charges compared to MasterCard or Swift, where the merchant gets only $97. Now listen to this. That new payment innovation from Jack Mallers is expected to replace the old credit card system. Likewise, it is meant to encourage people to buy Bitcoin as well. However, there are 3 major reasons why this innovation may benefit Ripple's XRP more than Bitcoin. Problem number 1. Ripple XRP already has the customer base for this innovation. You see, Jack Mallers was right about one thing. Merchants would definitely want to use this new payment innovation because it saves them a lot of money. But then again, he was wrong to assume that the customers that patronize these merchants would just decide to start paying with Cash App or Strike. Mind you, Cash App only accepts Bitcoins. That means you need to convert your money to Bitcoin before you can pay with a Cash App. Of course, this is no big problem, because for one, not everybody trusts the volatile nature of the crypto world, and naturally, people just tend to stick to the devil they already know. Then again, the merchants are the ones being affected here, not the customers. So currently, the only feasible way that people would start using the new Bitcoin innovation is if the merchants force them to. For example, Shopify can be like, we don't accept cards, you can only pay through Bitcoin Lightning. Yeah, something like that. On the flip side, Ripple XRP is a network that was built specifically for these kinds of exchanges between currencies. It works more like Swift, but it's Swift on a blockchain. That means it is not controlled by any central body. Now, unlike Bitcoin, many people worldwide and even about 100 global banks already use the Ripple network, so the resources, the motivation, the users, and the reasons to use the Ripple XRP are already available in the network. All any merchant has to do is plug into the Ripple system, build a nice app, and continue with normal transactions. Voila! With this, we can say that everything Jack Mallers said to boost Bitcoin was just an advertisement for XRP. If other people should notice this like we did, then the XRP would become a much fiercer opponent to Bitcoin than we think. Problem number 2. The Ripple network is much faster and cheaper than Bitcoin. Now, many people out there may want to argue that the Strike payment app allows the conversion of fiat currencies to Bitcoin for free. Besides that, it is integrated with other blockchains like Solana, so it's all the same for both XRP and Bitcoin. Well, yes, that's true because both Bitcoin and XRP are value networks. Compared to that, traditional card systems like Swift are information networks. That means Swift would only handle the money long after the information provided has been verified, and that's why it takes a lot of time. Whereas both Bitcoins and XRP networks handle both money and information simultaneously. However, this same similarity is what gives Ripple XRP an edge. You see, on average, XRP can process 1,500 transactions per second, and settle a ledger within 3 to 5 seconds, whereas on the Bitcoin network, one transaction can take up to 15 minutes. Yet, each transaction on Bitcoin costs way more than that of XRP. Then again, the XRP was built for this kind of transaction, unlike Bitcoin, which is adapted. So tell us, which one would you go for? Bitcoin or XRP? Problem number 3. The Ripple network consumes less energy. Ask anybody who knows well about blockchain. You will realize that Bitcoin mining drinks energy. This is because to mine Bitcoin and validate transactions, your computer would need to guess the answers to random mathematical equations. We call this the proof of work system, and out there, thousands of computers called nodes do this. So, to increase your chances of guessing a correct answer, your computer draws more computing power. And combined, all Bitcoin nodes consume millions and millions of joules of energy. Of course, this generates a lot of carbon that pollutes the environment on a large scale. As such, many crypto tycoons like Elon Musk are withdrawing from Bitcoin as a payment platform. If that trend continues, Bitcoin may end up losing its fan base. However, compared to the proof-of-work system, the XRP token is pre-mined and it uses a consensus mechanism to validate transactions. As such, it consumes less energy and therefore contributes to an eco-friendly world. So, a few years into the future when the campaign for eco-friendly networks begins, Ripple XRP may take over Bitcoin. After all, it has almost the same functionalities as Bitcoin. It is even faster, cheaper, and more scalable. So why not? Now, with that said, we conclude that XRP has a lot of functionalities and applicability that better Bitcoin. It has been adopted by many banks from the US to India, Brazil, and even China. So we agree that it has a better chance of adoption than Bitcoin. Although, as of this moment, Bitcoin is way more popular than XRP, and one country, El Salvador, has considered it a legal tender. But then again, with all these green lights shining for XRP, things might soon change, although we will have to wait till the future to find out. And with that, we will have to call it a day. But before you go, let's quiz you a bit. Do you think that Ripple XRP is worth a gamble? Let us know in the comments. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye now.